ship in two. Sebastian is thrown into the sea.
My brother, God save, help.
Viola, my sister, God save you.
The next morning, Viola lies washed ashore on a strange land. She awakes near the captain of her ship. Viola looks around.
What country is this, friend?
By my charts, it is Illyria.
Illyria. Such a name sounds like paradise. But paradise is where the sea has taken my brother.
Be comforted, lady. Chance has saved you. By that same chance, Sebastian would not have drowned. After our ship split, I saw him bound to a floating mast. Like riding a dolphin's back, he was cresting the waves.
If I had gold, I'd give it to you for saying so. You give me hope. Now, what do you know about this Illyria?
Illyria is ruled by Duke Orsino, a melancholy soul. He pines for the love of Lilia, a beautiful countess, but she will not have him. She is in mourning for her father and brother, who were both died a year ago.
Lost a brother, just like me. I wonder if she'll let me work for her until I find a way home.
I doubt it. Lilia will not admit the company of anyone. Especially suitors, especially Orsino.
Suppose I can earn protection as working as his servant.
As a woman, you'd have little chance of that.
Perhaps I dress as a boy. I can sing and teach Duke about poetry. Will you help me hide what I am and introduce me to him?
I will, and if my tongue blabs your true nature, let me fall blind.
Good friend, lead on.
At the Duke's palace, Orsino is surrounded by musicians as he broods for the love of Olivia.
If music be the food of love, play on, give me more of it, so that my love sickness will die.
Viola, now disguised as a boy and calling herself Cesario, has been at the Duke's palace for 3 days, and Orsino is so impressed by his new servant that he confides in him.
I have opened the book of my secret soul to you, Cesario. My passion for Olivia grows daily, that she vows not to leave her house for 7 years. I am heartsick and depressed. Will you go and speak with her for me?
If she is in deepest mourning, as they say, I'll never be let in.
Then stand at her door and say your foot will root until a servant lets you in. Be persistent.
And if I am let in, then what?
Tell her how deeply I am in love with her, how depressed I am without. She'll listen to you more than she'll listen to me.
I don't know why.
Your lips are as smooth as a goddess. Your voice is as high. She's apt to listen to a youth who resembles a woman, than a man as heartsick as myself.
I'll try my best to persuade this lady into your life.
However, there is one small problem.
But in truth, I would be your wife.
Viola herself has fallen in love with Orsino.
Dun dun dun!
While Olivia mourns her days away, her fat uncle drinks his nights away in the garden. Olivia's maid is sent to quiet him. Sir Toby, pipe down. You're disturbing my lady.
But Twelfth Night is a time for celebration. What a plague she should take her brother's death so seriously. Surely care is enemy of life. Let's live!
Can't you confine yourself to more modest limits?
But I'm already confined in these tight clothes.
My lady fears his quaffing will undo you, and he's not happy about that knave you brought to court her.
Who? Sir Andrew? He's brilliant. Plays a viola. Speaks four
He's a
languages.
fool.
He's rich.
He keeps you in drink. He's a fool. He's a coward with a gift for whining. Many wish he had the gift of a grave.
How now, Sir Toby. Bless you for sure.
Bless who? She's done nothing but pester me. Accost her, Sir Andrew.
What's that?
My niece's maid. Accost.
Glad to meet you, Mr. Cost.
No, you dummy. Accost means attack her.
It does. I knew that.
Brilliant, is he? Good night, fools.
I must come tell you, which you eat too much beef. Your heart's might weak. Sir Toby, I've come to tell you I'm leaving tomorrow.
Why, dear knight?
Your niece will not see me. The only man she pays any attention to are that father or brother.
Don't go. The holidays aren't spent until the 12th night is over. We have more singing and dancing to do yet. You can dance, can't you?
I can cut a fine taper. Watch.
The next day, fest day, Illyria's jester returns to Olivia's house after have visiting the Duke. Maria spies in the great room.
Where have you been, fool? No excuses. My lady will hang you if she knows you've been with Orsino.
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage.
That's wisdom for a fool.
God gives them wisdom to have it, and if they are fools, let them use their tongues.
And their talents are
A quick wit. What else? For better a witty fool than a foolish wit.
Olivia enters with her steward, Malvolio. Someone knocks at the door. Maria goes to answer. Swaggering with self-importance, Malvolio swings a long keychain to remind everyone he is the keeper of her cheese and money. The Countess sees festive, but tells Malvolio she's in no mood for the jester's antics.
Take the fool away. You heard her. Take the lady away. Your wit runs dry. Good lady, give me permission to show that you are the fool.
Me? How can you prove that?
Good question. Tell me, Countess, why do you mourn so?
For my brother's death.
I think your brother's soul is with the devil.
No, his soul's in paradise.
Aha! If that is so, then he has no need of being mourned, does he?
Olivia considers, then laughs.
Well done. Make a good point and cheer me beside.
Ta-da! Like I said, take the lady away.
Madam, how can you abide this rascal? His mind is decayed.
Oh, don't take yourself so seriously. You make a cannonball and a bird shot. A true fool can't slander anyone. It's his job.
The maid returns.
Madam, a gentleman is at the gate insisting he speaks with you.
Let me guess. Sanford. Now I'm depressed again. Although they both tell him I'm sick, whatever he wants to get rid of me.
Malvolio relishes the task, but the caller will not go away.
What kind of man is this?
He's not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. You know, he speaks very authentically.
Interesting. I'll humor him and hear what he has to say.
Most radiant, unmatchable beauty, you are the lady of the house. I'd hate to throw my speech away if you're not. I took pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
Truly, I heard you were saucy at my gates.
I learned to be rude from the way I was treated there.
Well, tell me the hideous man who you come to deliver.
Lady, your beauty is painted by nature's sweet hand. If you're never to marry or leave a copy behind, you'd be the cruelest she alive.
Don't worry, I can make a list of my beauty and send it out to the world. 2 lips, 1 neck.
I see what you are. You are too proud, but still my master loves you.
How does he love me?
With tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
I suppose you would say he's noble, learned, valiant, and gracious?
All those things and more.
His love bores me. Your master knows my mind. I cannot love him, and I told him so long ago.
If I loved you as intensely as he, I couldn't understand your denial.
And if you love me?
I'd camp outside your door, write love songs till your heart soared. I'd holler your name and not be still, till Olivia echoed off every hill.
You do all that for me?
That and more.
Go tell Orsino. Send requests to me no more. Unless you come back to tell me how he takes it.
My master's heart is like flint, waiting for your spark. Yet you treat him so poorly. Farewell, fair cruelty.
As soon as Viola leaves, Olivia's heart begins racing for the bright young man who has just visited.
His face, his speech, his spirit. He catches me as quickly as one catches the plague.
The Countess fans herself.
If only the master were the man. I've got to see him again. Malvolio!
At your service, milady.
Quick, run after that young man. Tell him to take his master's ring back. I am not for the count, but tell Cesario to come back tomorrow and I'll explain why.
Malvolio hurries off.
I fear I don't know what I'm doing, but fate must have its way.
Oh, you forgot to return the Duke's ring back. Thanks for making me chase after you.
I gave Olivia no ring.
Oh, sure, I bet you threw it at her. Here, let me return it the same way. I doubt it's even worth stooping for.
Malvolio dashes the ring to the ground and stomps off.
What a milk-livered weasel. What can Olivia mean giving me this ring? Oh, heaven forbid, don't tell me she's been charmed by my disguise. She did look longing at me. This must be a ploy to bring me back.
Viola considers what she has gotten herself into, posing as a man.
Disguise, you are wicked. Orsino loves Olivia dearly. And I am fond of Orsino. And Olivia dotes on me? As a man, I have no chance for my master's love. And as a woman, Olivia might as well love a dream. Time you will have to untangle this one. It's too hard of a knot for me to untie.
But other knots of confusion are busy tying themselves. In another part of Lyria, a sailor and a foreigner have made their way from shore to town.
Let me stay and serve you.
No, you've already done so much for me. I cannot let my sadness go off on such a good man.
What sadness?
I had a sister, my double, but before you pulled me from the sea, my sister drowned.
How awful. She was your twin?
Yes, though far more beautiful and fair of mind. Now the salty sea has claimed her. Forgive me, for I'm so near to tears. The memory of her will drown with more salt water. Farewell.
Where will you go?
To find lodging, then to the Duke's to plan my return home.
In Olivia's kitchen, Belch, Agucheek, and Feste are celebrating the end of the holidays again.
The best of life is eating and drinking.
Agreed. Sing us a love song, fool.
Of course. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth has present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. Useless stuff will not endure.
Shall we rouse the night owl on a round or two? Come, let's sing.
On the 12th day of December, the roguish snakes do dance.
What caterwauling? I warn you, Malvolio is coming to scold you.
Are you men mad? Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house? Have you no manners but to gab about at this time of night? Have you no respect for the persons, place, or time? Now keep quiet, or the Countess and I will make you leave.
Oh, go hang yourself. Do you think that just because you are virtuous, there should be no more cakes and ale? Bring us more wine, Maria.
Maria, if you allow this behavior, then I will have no choice but to make you leave.
Oh, go shake your ears.
Don't challenge him, Toby.
Better. Let's trick him into making a fool of himself.
Good, good. Tell us how.
His head is so crammed, full of his own excellencies, he'll think anyone who looks at him is in love with him.
So how can we bait him?
I'll drop a love letter in his path, doting on how a certain man walks, speaks, looks. My handwriting is identical to my lady's. And when Malvolio reads the letter, he'll be convinced Olivia's in love with him.
He'll think Olivia loves him.
I'll hide you in the bushes. You three can watch, so now go to bed and read about tomorrow.
She's a good wench.
One that adores me. Come, let's go to sleep. You have to send for more money in the morning.
When Feste returns to the Duke's palace, he finds him still mourning his sorry love life.
What was that sad song you gave us the other night?
Come, death, I am slain by a fair, cruel maid.
Yes, that's the one. It eased the pains of my passions. What did you think of that tune, Cesario?
It echoed perfectly of love.
You speak as if you know Love Boy, do you?
I'm devoted to you, master.
Yes, but I bet someone special has caught your eye. What kind of woman is she?
Actually, she is like you.
And how old is she?
Well, about your age.
Then she is too old for you. Fool, play me your song again.
May the god of melancholy protect you. I'll sing. But lovesick men do better to sail on a sea of change than to make a voyage of nothing.
My love for Olivia is worth all I suffer. Cesario, go to the Countess. Tell her not to deny my love.
Master, suppose for a moment that some other woman loved you.
No other woman will hold as much love as my heart does.
That may not be so. My father had a daughter who loved a man.
And what happened to her?
She never told her love, but pined away, smiling at grief.
And did she die of her love?
I don't know. I am all the daughters of my father's house.
When Orsino looks confused, Viola quickly changes the subject.
I'll be up to the Countess then.
Tell her not to deny my love.
At Olivia's, Malvolio is about to fall into a trap. Quick, hide in the shrubbery.
I'll be glad to see that pompous, privileged Pumpian put to shame.
Here he comes. I know this letter will make an idiot of him.
Olivia knows I have more scruples than any other. One day I shall become Count Malvolio.
He believes it.
And when I am Count, I shall call my servant Toby forth and trial him for his drinking.
His servant? That scab. I'll put him in bolts and shackles.
You'll break our plot.
How now? This is in my lady's hands, to my unknown beloved, and don't sway my life. Who is this MOAI?
Maria pens a pretty poison.
I am above thee, but do not be afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and have some greatness thrust upon them. If you love me, smile constantly, wear long yellow stockings, and crisscross your garters over them. Such fashion drives me wild. I will be yours, my steward. She means me. I'll do whatever she asks.
Haha, what happens that for a pension of thousands?
I could marry Maria for this.
Did it work?
You put him in such a state, when it leaves him, he'll run mad.
Wait till he's stressed before my lady. She's bound to be annoyed.
That man has captured my soul. I must send for him. Maria, run up my steward to get a message.
I'll bring him to you in the hall, but I warn you, he is acting possessed.
That makes two of us, for Cesario has possessed me.
What a coincidence. I was just sending for you.
The heavens rain on you, fair princess.
Hear your poetic voice is like music from the spheres. Uncle, please let us be alone now.
I am your servant, and Orsino would be yours as well.
Please, speak of him no more. Let us discuss other matters.
Such as...
I'm sorry I forced my ring upon you. You must have seen through my shameful cunning.
So there's a point. I pity you.
Well, pity is related to love. What do you really think of me?
You're not what you think you are.
Maybe I think that of you.
Maybe you are right then, that I am not for what I am.
And I would be nothing but other than yourself, my husband, by roses of spring, Cesario. I love thee. I can no longer hide my passion behind my pride. I know you do not seek it, but I cannot understand it. Still, I must tell you, I love thee.
I have one heart, one truth, and no one should accept me.
Give your love to me. At least tell me what I can do for you.
Love Orsino. Then, now goodbye.
Please come again. Maybe you will move my heart enough to tolerate Orsino.
Later, Aguicheek is fuming.
I'll not stay here a jot longer.
Tell me your reason.
Your niece gives more time to a serving boy than she has ever given to me. May heaven rain favors indeed. And did you see the way she looked at Cesario?
Maybe she did it to strike fire in your heart. Fire back, man. Bang him into dumbness and make him change his impression of you.
How can I do that?
Challenge Cesario to a duel.
Must I? I am no swordsman.
I'll do it. I'll set it up.
Good sirs, you want to laugh yourself into stitches. Follow me. Malvolio's in the hall with my lady. He looks so ridiculous, Olivia will probably hurl things at him. Malvolio, transformed by the likeness of the latter, struts by.
Oh, lady, how is my sweet?
What's wrong with you? I'm as sad as I could be, and all you can do is smile.
You may be black in the mind, but I'm yellow in the legs. Get it? Yellow in the legs?
Nice garters. It must be obstructing the blood from your brain.
It's the only obstruction I see. Is that we are in each other's arms?
What? How dare you speak so
Do
boldly?
not be afraid of greatness. Some are born great. Some achieve greatness.
Who, you?
And some of greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven, restore your mind. Lock this man in a dark room. I would not want a madman on the loose.
Sir Toby catches up to Viola, returning to Duke Orsino's palace.
Hold, sir. My man has a quarrel with you and would settle it.
You must be mistaken. I have no quarrel with anyone.
He sends you this letter. Youth, thou a scurvy fellow. Olivia uses thee kindly, yet you lie to her throat. I challenge you, your sworn enemy, Andrew Aguicheek.
What is this about?
Forget about the offense. Be on your guard. This man is skilled and full of wrath the devil in a brawl. It's best you strip your sword naked and engage him.
Now would be a good time to tell them I'm not a man. Where is he?
Philip shanks Aguicheek out of the bushes.
Go to it, man.
Couldn't we just let the matter slip?
Lift your sword.
Pray God, save me.
But as they began to clash swords, Cesario sees a man in trouble. He recognizes the man, he comes and saves him.
Put down your sword, that will tell on my master.
Your master? Who's that?
Why, you, of course, sir.
But I've never seen you before.
Get out of the way, Swabby.
At the noise, officers arrive.
Arrest this man for obstructing justice!
They hid in the sailor's arms.
Now would be a good time to repay the kindness kindness I showed you by saving you at sea, sir. Will you vouch for me?
But I've never seen you before.
As the officers pull the sailor off, Viola runs off.
Belch and Aguichi chase Cesario, but he gives them a slip. Just outside the Countess's house, they spy Sebastian, who is on his way to the Duke's. Sebastian is rudely and mistakenly confronted.
Brother Cesario, get him.
Why don't we just let him go?
Don't be such a coward.
Aguichi reluctantly smacks Sebastian with his glove.
So we meet again, eh?
Sebastian hits him back.
What are you talking about? Take that. And who is this lumpish henchman?
Belch raises his sword.
Give me an ounce of your blood.
Sebastian whacks Belch's head with the flat of his sword. Hearing the fight, Olivia appears. Uncle, hold on. Disturbing the peace again?
Get thee gone.
Sirs Belch and Aguichi flee as the Countess fawns over the young man she leads as Cesario.
If they had hurt you, my dear man, my heart would break. Come inside. Let me make you feel better.
Sebastian is amazed by her forwardness. Interview.
Lady, if this is a dream, then let me still sleep.
This is no dream, for I've loved you the minute I laid eyes on you.
Lady, I wrangled my reason, but this accidental meeting seems to have wrapped us in good fortune.
So you feel as I do. Forgive me for being hasty, but let us celebrate our love. Are you willing?
Good lady, I shall always be faithful to you.
Heaven shine on us then. Go to the priest and tell me when the ceremony will be.
When Cesario is running away from Maggie Cheek, she goes to Orsino. He asks her if Olivia's mind has changed about him. Cesario tells him that Olivia is not in mourning anymore and Orsino should go visit her. Orsino and Cesario, or asks Cesario if Olivia would love him, and Cesario said it's worth a try. Moments later, Orsino and Cesario are on their way to the Countess.
As the Duke and Cesario approach the Countess's house, officers pass with the sailor under custody.
I beseech you, Duke, hear my case. These men wrongly arrested me. I drew my sword to defend that ungrateful boy by your side. I saved him at sea, but now he denies me.
Do you know him, Cesario?
He did kindly defend me, but I'd never seen him before that.
Of course you have, Sebastian.
Silence! We'll deal with this later. Look, here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. Gracious lady.
Olivia ignores the Duke.
Dear Cesario, can you make our plans?
What plans? Listen, the Duke would like to speak with you.
Now what? Still harping on the same old tuners, you know?
Still so cruel, Olivia?
Still so boring, sir.
Why, you uncivil lady. Out of devotion, I've sent you countless tender offerings, yet all you show is ungratefulness. What shall I do now?
Do whatever you like.
You totally disregard me? If I had the heart to do it, I would kill what I love. But no, that is a savage jealousy. Instead, I will remove Cesario from your sight, for I see you hold more affection for him than you do for me. Come, man, these are Regan's hearts.
I go with you willingly.
Why do you leave Cesario?
I love this man more than life.
Oh, I'm deceived.
Who has deceived you?
Why, you husband?
Husband?
Of course, you deny it.
Husband? Are you her husband?
No, my lord, not I.
But you swore your faith to me. Have you changed your mind about the wedding already?
Wedding? Why, you crafty lying sneak. Have you wooed her behind my back? Go, take her, but direct your feet, or you and I shall never meet again.
But my lord, I swear.
Andrew and Toby wander back. Toby is holding his head.
A doctor! Send for a doctor!
What ails you?
Belch points to Viola.
That young maid has broken my head.
Another insult, Cesario.
No, they drew their swords on me. I never touched them.
Run him out of town.
But luckily, just as they are about to do so, Sebastian returns. He kneels before Olivia.
Forgive me for ordinary kinsmen, but they set upon me first anyway. Anyway, I have good news. You and I will soon say our vows. Why do you look at me so strangely?
Everyone stares back and forth at Viola and Sebastian.
One face, one voice, two persons.
Ah, good man, meet again. How are you?
Have you cut yourself in two?
Wonderful sight. Brother?
Sebastian studies Cesario.
I never had a brother, only a sister. The waves devoured her. Who are you?
My father was Sebastian, my brother too. But he's in water too now. Are you his spirit?
If I am, then I must be in another world. And if you were a woman, I would take your place. Welcome, John Viola.
Viola whips off her cap and lets her hair down.
For when I change these masculine clothes for maiden ones, you will see that I am Viola.
Sister!
To confirm my identity, I will bring you the captain that showed me to this noble count.
My lady, see you have been mistaken. You would have married a maid, but I tell you were promised to a man, to me.
Olivia embraces Sebastian.
Now, boy, I too shall have a share of this happy moment. For you have told me 1,000 times, no one could ever love me as you do.
Every word of that was true.
Then take my hands, for you have served, service is done. You have called me master for so long, now I shall call you mistress.
Where's Malvolio? I want to send him for Viola's clothes. Dear me, see, the steward walked away. God save him, I forgot.
After Malvolio is released from the dark room, he tells Olivia about the letter. She confirms him that the handwriting is Maria's. With this information, he storms off swearing revenge. The Duke waves it off and takes Viola as his bride, and Olivia takes Sebastian as his. A great while ago, the world begun with a hay and a hoe, the wind and the rain, but that's all one. Our play is done, for love reigns in Illyria again.